It's me, A. Kanyal from the UPOU USC. In this video, we'll share all of our exciting ganaps during our first ever on-ground meetup as a council, last Jan 29 until Feb 6, 2023 in Cebu. Take a seat, have a sip, and buckle up. Let's go! The UPOU USC safely arrived at Mactan National Airport last January 29, 2023. The USC had members from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. For many of the council members, this was their first face-to-face and flying experience, which made it even more memorable. The first event was the National Congress of the Katipunan ng mga Sangguniang Mag-aaral sa UP or Kasama sa UP, the oldest and broadest system-wide alliance of student councils, which held its 43rd Congress here at UP Cebu. It invigorates the spirit of leadership through workshop and skills training, basic masses integration, plenary sessions, and educational discussions. For day one of the KSUP, the delegates participated in educational debates, discussions, and workshops to organize collective action protests through a larger coalition. We also listened to fellow student leaders and learned more about pressing national issues. On day two, the council was divided into different groups for our basic masses integration, also known as the BMI. We were split between mountain communities facing illegal quarrying and mining and coastal communities that saw large reclamation projects that were destroying their livelihoods. We got to better understand the struggle faced by the most marginalized in society. On the last day of the KSUP, the UPOU USC engaged in discussions about the Alliance's efforts and shared experiences and manifestations on the basic mass integrations. Our council was one with the coalition's call for Ligtas na Balik Eskwela, to defend academic freedom, and support for workers. The UPOU USC took their very first physical photo op together as they stood in solidarity with the Alliance. More power to Kasama sa UP! But we aren't done yet. The next day, the UPOU USC made history by attending the 54th General Assembly of Student Councils as the newest student council last February 2-4, hosted at the University of the Philippines, Cebu. The event was historical for the university, as it was the first time UPOU was represented in the biggest system-wide student council assembly. The GASC is composed of 56 councils from 8 different constituent universities and more than 17 campuses counting. On day one, our council, together with other UP councils, took part in reading the House Rules and amendments to the House Rules. UPOU was the only council to submit amendments which codified the use of a hybrid setup for all future GASCs. We were last to present our unit report for the day, showcasing pressing issues in the university, the members of our current council, what we've done within 1 month since we took into position, and our plans for the rest of the term. On day two, the UPOU USC manifested several times, showing support, motioning for sanity breaks, and calling for the adoption of resolutions. The day's highlight was the presentation of the loan resolution authored by UPOU opposing the SIM Card Registration Act, which, after some amendments, got adopted by the body. This resolution sets out a clear roadmap for student councils to craft a digital agenda for students for the protection of digital rights and data privacy. On day 3, the session started at 6 a.m. and UPOU raised multiple points of information, discussed within the council about the remaining resolutions, and provided manifestations showing support for numerous resolutions and calls from other councils. Councils were locked in heated debates all the way until midnight, when the last resolution was finally passed with all 300+ student leaders cheering with excitement. Lastly, the UPOU USC capped its Cebu experience by holding our first on-ground meetup with our fellow scholars at the UPOU Mega Learning Hub last February 6. The OU meetup was arranged with the help of Ms. Arlene Tampos from the Office of Student Affairs. The students from various faculties and degree programs spoke briefly with the USC about what it's like to be an online learner.
Say you. Oh, you. Oh, you. UPOU. UPOU.
And that's it! I hope you enjoyed watching our Cebu experience.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Until our next on-ground activity, mabuhay ang mga scholar ng bayan at mabuhay ang UPOU!
The UPOU USC would like to thank the following: